Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Recap from last week, from last Sunday. ਹੁਕਮੀ ਹੋਵਨ ਆਕਾਰ ਹੁਕਮ ਨ ਕਹਿਆ ਜਾਏ. Without Maharaj's hukam, it is because of the hukam this all physical form exists. Hukmi hovan akar. The form exists because of his hukam. But before even we go there, just a reminder, what is a hukam? Hukam is not something the way we think, that Maharaj is ordering something. No. More closely, hukam is a law. There is no difference between a naam and a hukam. It is the same hukam which created the whole universe. We started it with saying, Ik Oankar. Guru Nanak Dev Ji told us कि जेड़ा भी परपसारा सी वेखदे हैं, this is because of that hukam, that Om sound. Science which in Big Bang theory we can say. It is called Big Bang theory also. Through that Big Bang, the whole creation was created. That is a hukam. It is because of the hukam this physical form exists. And Maharaj says we cannot describe the hukam through words. Hukmi hovanakar hukam na kahya jai. Kya nahi ja sakta hukam? We cannot say the hukam because it is sukham. It is in the form of sound. It is in the form of light. And through that sound and light, the whole existence exists. Hukmi hovan ji, hukam mile vadiyai. Whole life creation is because of the hukam. All the life creation, let it be insects, let it be birds, let it be animals, let it be human beings, it is all through his hukam, through his sound, through his light. Though all existence came because of his existence. If his hukam is not there, if the naam is not there, the existence will no longer be there. Oda hukam nahi hai, te es pasara hi nahi. Only by the hukam one can attain the glory. Hukmi hovan ji, hukam mile vadiyai. The glory can be only achieved. If you want happiness, if you want your glory of your mind, then it can only be achieved when we connect our mind with the hukam. Without connecting our mind with the hukam, we cannot achieve the glory. In Christianity, before even the Christianity, in Judaism, they had 10 commandments of Moses. They thought this is the hukam of God, and they were used to follow that. Similarly, in Islam also, they used to call it akam. It's just that is the one. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji, when he came, he said, Ik Oankar. That hukam, that sound of Ong is coming from one Vaheguru. And that hukam, where is that? We will learn. Hukmi uttam neech, hukam likh dukh sukh paiye. If you will understand the hukam, if you will understand this naam, this subtle sound, the subtle light, when your mind will understand that, then you will become uttam. Tusi uttam ban jaoge. And if the hukam is not known, then what is it? You live a niche life, you live in a dukh, in pain. There will be no happiness without the hukam. Hukmi uttam neech hukam likh dukh sukh paiye. Ikna hukmi bakshish ik hukmi sada pawaiye. Hukme andar sabko bahar hukam na koi. Now a question comes, where is this hukam? We should ask Tanta Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, ask Guru Nanak Dev Ji, eh hukam haga kithe hai? Kithe hai? Te Maharaj kende hukam hai andar sabko. Kende sareyan de vich. This hukam is in everybody. It's not like that it is there in the particular person. It is not another person. Maharaj says it is in everybody. No matter which religion you belong to, which caste you belong to, which social status you belong to, this hukam is in everybody. Hukme andar sabko, bahar hukum na koi. Nanak hukme je bujhe ta hume kahe na koi. And if you want to meet Vaheguru, you need to kill this wall of ego. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੂੜ ਦੀ ਪਾਲ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਏਗਾ. But that will only happen if you will recognize that hukam inside you, that naam, that sound, that light inside you. ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਗੈਰ ਨਹੀਂ. Because if we will see, there's a small drawing which I drew. What is the difference between God and us? ਰੱਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਫਰਕ ਹੈ? What are we? Thoughts, mind. ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ thoughts ਹੀ ਹੈ, that is the ego which we have, the thoughts which we have, that is the separation. That's a wall of separation. ਪਿਛਲੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ, ਕਿਵ ਸਚਿਆਰਾ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ, ਕਿਵ ਕੂੜਾ ਟੁੱਟੇ ਪਾਲ. ਇਹ ਕੂੜ ਦੀ ਪਾਲ ਕੀ ਹੈ? This fake thing. ਇਹ ਕੂੜ ਦੀ ਦੀਵਾਰ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ? ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਦੀਵਾਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ, this wall is of our thoughts, the thoughts of this maya. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ if you will understand the hukam, if you will understand that what is the purpose of your life, then this wall will not be there and you will merge in Vaheguru. Nanak hukume je bujhe ta home kahe na koi. There will be no ego. मैं मेरी नहीं होएगी, फिर ऐ मेरा कुछ नहीं होएगा. मैं मेरी हैगी है क्योंकि साडी होमे है. We say this is mine, this body is mine, this mic is mine, this gurdwara is mine, this house is mine, this school is mine, this car is mine. But if there is no home, then everything belongs to Vaheguru. मेरा मुझ में किछ नहीं, जो किछ है सो तेरा, तेरा तुझको सौंप के क्या लागे है मेरा. I don't have anything, I don't belong to anything. Why? Because everything we touch, everything we see, it is going to perish one day. Even this physical body is going to perish. Nobody can live forever. That's why in Gurbani also, Maharaj says this body, e sharir sab mool hai maya. Kende kede parma vich hai tu? Why you are in doubt? This is no longer going to be there. Meri ki karda? Tera to sharir hi apna nahi. Your body doesn't belong to you, but you think everything which you have is yours. Not. Because of these material goods, because of these worldly things, we have a home made. And Maharaj says, if we will understand home, then we will go to the dar of Vaheguru, the court of Vaheguru. Home bujhe ta dar suje. If you will understand. But to understand home, to understand the ego, you have to understand the hukam. Without understanding the hukam, we cannot understand the dar. And if we'll ask Gurbani Guru Maharaj, this wall, you told me that I need to break this wall of thoughts. How can I break this wall? तो महाराज आंसर करते गुरबाणी च कहते गुरमिल जीता हर हर कीता टूटी पीता परमगड़ा कहते by meeting the guru, Gurbani guru, not a physical guru, not anybody who is sitting on the mic, not a physical being, because that physical being is also part of the Maya. We have to connect with the formless Vaheguru, Nirankar. Gurbani Guru, Tanta Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, connect us with the formless Vaheguru, Nirankar, which doesn't have an akar, no form. Moment there is a form, there is a home. Wherever the form will be there, the physical being will be there, there will be an ego. When there is no physical being, there is no home. ਤੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਪਛਾਣ ਲੈ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਗੁਰਮਿਲ ਜੀਤਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਲੈ ਕੇ through the wisdom of ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਓ ਸਾਰੇ ਪੜ੍ਹੀਏ ਬਾਣੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੈ ਬਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਾਣੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਕਹੈ ਸੇਵਕ ਜਨ ਮਾਨੈ ਪ੍ਰਤੱਖ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਿਸਤਾਰੇ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਕਹੈ ਸੇਵਕ ਜਨ ਮਾਨੇ it's not just reading, it is not just understanding, it's not just singing. सिर्फ पढ़ के सिर्फ समझ के सिर्फ गा के नहीं मिलना जो गुरबाणी कहती है उन्होंने करना है गुरबाणी कहे सेवक जन मन है प्रतख गुरु निस्तारे गुरमिल जीता हर हर कीता हर हर करना पैना व्हाट इज हर हर वाह गुरु for Muslims Allahu for Hindus Rama but we are the sons and daughters of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. He told us to do what? Wah Guru Wah. How do you 2 minutes? Just for 2 minutes. Wah Guru 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਗੁਰਮਿਲ ਜੀਤਾ ਹਰ ਹਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਟੂਟੀ ਪੀਤਾ ਪਰਮਗੜਾ but what are we doing when we are saying Vaheguru? How can it break the wall of Maya, these thoughts? How can it break? Because what are we doing is we are going from multiple thoughts to one thought. We are going from multiple thoughts to one thought. And what is that one thought? One thought is Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Now finally, with the Vaheguruji's Kripa, we have to go from one thought to 0 thoughts. Nothing. But to prepare for that, we have to kill these thoughts. What does that mean, to kill these thoughts? A lot of people get confused. They say, if we will kill these thoughts, we'll become zombie. We'll have no thoughts left. It will be just like a zombie. Zombie has no thoughts. They're just doing things, right? You're just walking around without any purpose. No. Maharaj says it means something else. It means your mind is in your control. These automatic thoughts, which are coming from left and right, अपने आप ही ਜਿਹੜੇ ਫੁਰਨੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਮਨ ਭਟਕਦਾ ਪਿਆ ਉਹ ਤੇਰੇ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਚ ਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਕਿਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਥਾਟ ਲੈਣਾ that is the purpose of chanting. And when you will go in 0 state, it is also called a sun in Gurbani. सतगुर ते पाए विचारा सुन समाद सच्चा घर बारा. That is your real house. That's sun samad. When you will go there, that is where you will understand the hukam. That is where you will understand the light and sound of Vaheguru. You will hear that sound. महाराज ने क्या ना, गुरबाणी कहे सेवक जन माने पर तख गुरु निस्तारे. Then you will see that Vaheguru. You will see that light. You will hear that sound. Because that sound is everywhere. Why don't we hear it? It is because of our thoughts. So many thoughts going on. In previous days, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is telling us that a lot of people tried to do a lot of things to understand Vaheguru. Because whatever they started understanding, they started singing about it. They started singing about it. And that is our third body. Maharaj says, Gave ko taan, hove kisse taan. Can they some used to sing about the powers of Vaheguru? Taan. Taan is powers. They used to sing Gave ko taan, koi. Some people were singing the powers of Vaheguru. Whatever powers they knew. Whatever they thought the powers of Vaheguru is. They used to think the powers. Gave ko daat, jane, nishan. All the gifts they received worldly. Because the mind was still in Maya. Mind was still stuck with this physical body. So their asks were also dependent on this physical body. They didn't knew about Naam. They didn't knew about her hukam. So Maharaj said, Gave ko daat, jane nishan. Kende eh nishan. Jehdi odi daata hai na. The things, the gifts which I am getting, this is his sign. Ehi nishan hai oda. Ehi guru hai. Ehi Vaheguru hai. So now what happened? We became selfish. If we are getting something which we wanted for this world, we said Vaheguru exists. If we didn't got something, we said Vaheguru didn't exist. Oh, I need a car. I got a car. Vaheguru exists. I need friends. I have friends. Vaheguru exists. But we forget that all these things are temporary. They are not permanent. Today you have it. Tomorrow you will not have it. गावे को तान हुए किससे तान गावे को दात जाने निशान कहते ओदा निशान की समझा. His sign was that if they are getting something, and they used to sing the praises based on that. Basically, we were singing the praises also because of our agenda to have the physical things. Manu aa chahida. I want wealth. I want money. I want pet. I want a game. I want this. I want that. Based on where our demand is, our mind was restricted towards that. But Maharaj says some people, they started discussing about the spiritual context, the spiritual texts, the scriptures like Vedas and Upanishads and Quran and all that stuff. And they understood something from there. They understood, and we discussed about that last time. We'll discuss it again. There are 4 boons which are given to us by Vaheguru. 4 boons to everybody. So everybody thought maybe this is what it is. This is what Vaheguru Ji is all about. The 4 boons. Gave ko gun badaiya char cheejan. There were 4 things. They started singing about those 4 things. O kediyan 4 cheejan? That's in your screen right now. The 4 boons we discussed last time. Arth, Dharam, Kam, Mokh. Arth, Dharam, Kam, Mokh ka Datta. And he's the giver of Four things. But these four things are given to everybody by default. What is earth? Just to recap, ability to develop wealth. Earth chara bhi कहने कामकार करना, the student and studies and all the things. Dharam, religious code of conduct. We went in details last time, so you can. There is a recorded lecture. You can listen to that. Calm, calm is not a lust, but procreation. Mokh is liberation. ਇਹ ਚਾਰ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਤੇ ਵੈਸੇ ਹੀ ਮਿਲੀਆਂ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ. And these four things are available for everybody. But problem comes that we don't only require these four things. Or I should say, we don't only desire for these four things. We desire a lot more than these four things. And that's where the problem comes. Because mind is full of desires. Mind is always asking for one thing or another. If one desire is fulfilled, you will ask for another thing. It happens to all of us. Let's say you are in a project setup. You are in a work situation. You have been given a project. You have achieved something, one thing. Once you achieve something, what will happen? You will ask for more. Second thing. If you have achieved the second thing, you want third thing. Your mind is never satisfied. Mind never is content. But you want more than that. But people only sang for these four things. Gaave ko gun vadaiyan char. Then some people thought, maybe this education system which we have, worldly education, if we will take a wisdom, we will become a scientist, we'll become an engineer, we'll become a doctor, we'll become a politician, or what so not. Now people will say politicians don't need an education, right? But whatever it is, people thought maybe we should sing God in a way that we should get education. Gave ko vidya vikama vichar. Then the death was happening all around. People were dying. People were the kids were getting born. Maybe they said maybe the God is all about new people coming in this world, children coming in this world, and people dying. This is all in the hands of God, because there were old scriptures which were all about that. So they started singing the praises of God in the pretext of Gave ko saaj kare tankhe. Gave ko ji le firde. He takes the life, he gives back the life. That's what Vailu is all about. They started singing about God in that pretext. Some people thought that God is far away. He's not reachable. He's not close to us. Sade kol nahi hai. Gave ko jape disse dur. Dur hai bahut. Sade kol nahi. Some thought Gave ko vikhe hadra hadur. Sade kol hi hai. Sade ang sang hai. But Maharaj says there were many who thought about a lot of things, and they discussed many things. Kroda, millions of people, they gave the sermons of those sorts. Kathna kathi na ave tot. The people formed their own ideas. Guru Nanak Dev Ji is telling us this thing. That people formed their own ideas about God. They started describing God as per their own mind. जिन्हों सी पंजाबी च गुरमुख जान कहते मन मत अपनी मन दी समझ दे नाल. With our mind we started understanding, because we were away from the Naam. We didn't understood the hukam. When we don't understand the hukam, we have ideas. We just believe in whatever our mind is saying, whatever the physical worldly behaviors are all about. कहते कथना कथी ना आवे तोड़. कत कत कति कोटि कोट कोट. कहते करोड़ा बंदियां ने वो चीजां बोलियां. There's so many religious leaders, political leaders who describe God in their own way. आज भी ऐसी देखिए. In politics also, people pick and choose the lines from religious scriptures. Maybe from Gurbani, depending upon which religion they belong to. Maybe from Gurbani. They will pick things up and they will form their own ideas. ਕਹਿਣਗੇ ਇਹੀ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ. But Maharaj is saying he never stop his gifts, even if you have wrong ideas about him. Even if you have wrong ideas about him, even if you're singing wrong praises about him, he will not stop giving you happiness. He will always and always give you happiness. Always and always give you the gifts. Denda de, lende, thak paye. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਥੱਕ ਜਾਓਗੇ. You will be tired receiving his gifts. ਉਹ ਦਾਤਾਂ ਕਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਰੋਕਦਾ. He will keep on giving you the gifts. Worldly or not, he will. He has a manager here called Kal. Through the Kal, anything if we want, worldly stuff, he will give it. He will give us. Denda de, lende thak paye. We will be tired receiving his gifts, but he will keep on giving us. Juga jugantar khai khai. Kende we are receiving these gifts from ages. Any ke hune hi apan nu mil rahe gifts. Not just now. We are receiving these gifts from ages. Juga jugantar khai khai. Kende but now is the time to walk on the path. The way, actual path. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, this was your understanding before. Now is your time to understand what is exactly his hukam is. What exactly his law is. Kende hukmi hukam chalai raho. Kende you have to understand the hukam. You have to understand the naam. You have to understand the path. Hukmi hukam chalai raho. Nanak Vigsa ve Prabhu. And then Maharaj says he becomes happy when people walk on that path. And what is that path, Gurumukh Pyare? That is on your screen. That path. Our mind has two options. One option is to go as per his hukam. Second option we have is to go towards the Maya or Tat. In Gurbani, the two words are used for that. One is called live, other is called Tat. Maharaj says, live Tat, doira hai. Hukmi kartamai. If we will understand the hukam, we will start following the path of live, the path of Naam, the path of hukam, the path of Shabad. And this Naam is not in words. This is an invisible Naam. This hukam is invisible. That Naam is in everybody. We can reach there. Maharaj says, Naunid Amrit Prabh ka Naam Dehi mein iska bishram. Can they go inside? You know, whenever I say this, people get confused. What do you mean by going inside? When you will go inside your physical body, what is it? The bones, there's blood, there are nerves. So we have to look into our bones and bloods and nerve. Or it says, no. Can they dehi gupt bidehi dise? Can they? I'm not talking about this physical body. The actual dehi, the actual body is gupt, is secret. It is not seen by the physical eyes. You know, we judge people based on how they look, what they are wearing, what is their color of skin, what is their social status, what clothes they are wearing. There is an English quote also for that. Never judge book by its cover. Who are exactly we? Are we this physical body? Because this physical body is going to perish. Till the time we will not understand what is the reality of our body, we will not understand the hukam. We cannot reach to the hukam. Maharaj says, Sukham Murat Naam Niranjan Kaya Ka Akar. This Murat, the actual Murat which I am talking about when I am saying go inside, Antargat, So मैं तो कहना अंतर्गत जाओ, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying that means go inside your sukham. More easily look inside your mind. अपने मन विच देखो. And mind is subtle. Mind is not physical. Mind is not brain. Brain is physical. Mind is subtle. Till the time we will not start looking into the mind, we will not be able to see where the Naam is, where our thoughts are there. ये सारियां चीजां किथे है? We will not know. We have to see inside. And that brings to another section which we were talking about. Kathna kathi na aave tot, kath kath kathi koti kod kot, denda de lende thak pae, juga jugantar khai khai. We know that gifts sent by him, we are eating it from the ages. Hukmi hukam chalaye raho. How can we go inside? We can understand if our mind will connect with the hukam, with the naam, then we can walk on that path of live. Otherwise we cannot. When we will understand the sukham naam, the subtle naam, eko naam hukam hai, nanak satgur diya bujaye jiyo, then nanak viksay ve parvao. Guru pyareo, let's go little bit in depth how to reach to that naam, how to reach to the players of hukam. We discussed a little bit. Let's go in more depth. Everything Vaheguruji has given us, we should treat this as a daat, as a gift. We have to appreciate whatever is given to us. We have to be thankful. ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਨਾ, ਸ਼ੁਕਰਾਨੇ ਚ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ. ਤੇ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ? We have to sing his praises. ਜਿੰਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਫੁਰਨੇ ਹੈ, if we can kill these thoughts, it will be very easy to go inside, to look into our mind and to connect with that Naam. But without killing our thoughts, it is impossible, next to impossible, to understand the hukam. ਗੱਲੀ ਬਾਤੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਜੋ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ. By saying things we can do anything. ਕਹਿਤਾ ਹਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੁਕਮ ਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਾਮ ਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ. ਗਾਵੇ ਕੋ ਤਾਨ ਹੋਵੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਤਾਨ, ਗਾਵੇ ਕੋ ਦਾਤ ਜਾਣੇ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨ, ਗਾਵੇ ਕੋ ਗੁਣ ਵਡਿਆਈਆਂ ਚਾਰ, ਗਾਵੇ ਕੋ ਵਿਦਿਆ ਵੇਖੋ ਵਿਚਾਰ. ਵਿਦਿਆ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, but the understanding is there, but the practical is not there. Practicality is not there. ਜਿੰਨੀ ਦੇਰ ਤੱਕ ਆਪਾਂ practical ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. Now let's discuss about the practicality, how to do the Saskira Simran. That was step 1. This is the time we understand the step 2. Step 2 is going inside. Till the time we do not go inside, we will not find that hukam. We will not find that naam. Step 1 was all about chanting, jap. Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru. When mind goes to rest, ਜਦੋਂ ਮਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਫੁਰਨੇ ਖਤਮ ਹੋਣੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ, the thoughts are going away, we are killing these thoughts, then your mind will be in the peace, in the state of peaceful, ਸਹਿਜ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ, ਸਹਿਜ ਅਵਸਥਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਏਗਾ. It will stay there. It will be in the static state. Whenever it happens there, even 70-80% of your thoughts have gone away. Switch to Antargat Simran. How we do Antargat Simran? Antargat Simran is when we close our eyes, ਅੱਖਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਲੈਣੇ. The same Vaheguru which we were japping, which we were chanting loud, now we do it inside. And we can do as fast as we can, as high pitch as we can. जिन्नी मर्जी उच्ची बोलो, जिन्नी मर्जी तेज बोलो, बट रिमेंबर ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਣੀ, ਮਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੈ ਉਹ ਇੱਧਰ ਉੱਧਰ ਨਾ ਜਾਵੇ. Mind should not go anywhere else, and that your sound should not come out of your mouth. ਉਹ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਾ ਆਵੇ. When you're doing Antargat Simran, when you're doing meditation inside through the mind, then the sound should not come out. आवाज बाहर नहीं आनी चाहिए. That's why it is also called internal Simran. And it will lead to something. So let me give you an example. Let's do 2 minutes of loud Simran, Sasgira Simran, which is listening to your own voice. Then we will move to the Antargat. आओ जी 2 मिनट वास्ते सिर्फ. वाह गरी 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 गरी वाह 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 गरी वाह. वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा वाहिगुरू जी फतेह. Now any ही ऊंची आवाज नाल, just like this, high pitch sound, we have to do through the mind without the sound coming out. To make it easy for you, you all just listen. सिर्फ तुसी सुनना है. अपनी जिहड़ी आवाज आएगी माइक तो उन्हें सिर्फ सुनना है. You have to just listen by closing your eyes and try to chant through the mind. Your sound should not come out of your mouth. ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸੁਣੋ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਨੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਜਪਣਾ ਉੱਚੀ. That is what the ਅੰਤਰਗਤ ਸਿਮਰਨ is. ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਬੋਲਾਂਗਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਨਾ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਕਰਨਾ. ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਾ ਆਵੇ. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ. ਵਾਹ ਗਰੀ 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 ਵਾਹ ਗਰੀ. ਮਨ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ. The sound should not come out. And you have to put your focus on the tongue. ਜੀਭਾਂ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਹਿੱਲੀ ਜਾਵੇ, no problems. Tongue can move. Put the focus on the tongue. But do it in the mind. आओ दोबारा करिए. वाह गरी 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 va guru 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 va guru. Keep on doing in the mind. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. The first time when we were doing it loud, then what was happening was all the wandering mind, the thoughts which were out here left and right, we were collecting them at one place. ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਖਿੰਡਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਮਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ. We were collecting at one place. Once it is at one place, you start doing through the mind. Mostly, this should be done when you are alone, not in Sangat. Sangati Simran jada us Sasgra Simran. When we are sitting in the Sangat, when we are doing that Simran, it is in the Sangat. Antargat Simran is a Simran when you do it alone. But you have to make sure, don't jump to the Antargat Simran very fast. Hunda ki hai, we are always in hurry. We think that our thoughts are now killed. Sade furne khatam ho gaye. Aao hun assi Antargat Simran karte. Guru pyaro nahi, any jaldi nahi. We don't have to jump. Only after you have done 45 minutes, 1 hour of Saas Kiras Simran, then go inside. And there is no technique to it. I was doing Wah Guru, but you can also do Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. But this is happening in the mind. Uchi Vachi. Ik swas de vich, multiple times you are saying Vaheguru. But your mind is chanting, your mind is listening. And where are you putting the focus? The focus you are putting is on the tongue. Apni jiba hote. Rasna japti, tu hi. Still your tongue will be moving. What will happen after some time? It will become a japa jap. Your tongue will stop. Tadi jiba khatam band ho jayegi apne aap. Man japi jayega. Even when you're walking, you will still be chanting. Slowly, you will move to the step 3. But before we go that, we need to understand. We'll discuss about the step 3 next time. But practice this. How to practice this? Always start with step 1. Never jump to step 2. If you will jump to step 2, you know what will happen? There will be too many thoughts. Although you think that you're chanting, either you will sleep very fast, or there will be too many thoughts that you will not be focusing into the Antargat Simran. Simran kar nahi paoge Antargat. That's why step 1 is very important in the Sangati roop, because this bakshish, this kirpa will happen only in the Sangat. And when you start doing Antargat Simran, your tongue has stopped chanting, but your mind is still chanting. The stage will come when your mind will also stop. No thoughts, no chanting there also. That is the state which we call a sun state. That is where you will listen to the hukam. That is where you will listen to the anhad shabad. That is the place where you will listen to the naal. Utthe jana aapa. But ode vaste, always start with step 1. Even if you are listening to that hukam also, still don't jump to that step 3. You have to start with step 1. Ajapa jap. Slowly, Maharaj says, ehe ji kripa hoegi. Maharaj kehte, Gurmukh Rom har tyave. Every roam of your body will be chanting. Every cell of your body will be chanting. And what is the sign that your antargat simran is getting approved? ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨਗੀ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਜੀਭਾਂ ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਧਿਆਨ ਲਾਓਗੇ, ਅੰਤਰਗਤ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਰਸ ਆਉਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ। You will start getting a sweet taste, which will come from your 10th door. 10ਵੇਂ ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ੇ ਤੋਂ ਉਹ drop by drop it will come in your tongue, and your full mouth will be sweet taste, and your body will be totally in rest, very comfortable. Even if you had a pain in your body, the pain will go away. बिल्कुल rest ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਜਾਏਗੀ, peace, physical body as well as mind, ਬਹੁਤ ਆਨੰਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਉਹਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਆਨੰਦ ਆਨੰਦ ਸਭ ਕੋ ਕਹੇ, ਆਨੰਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇ ਜਾਣਿਆ। ਉਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਆਨੰਦ ਹੈ। ਹੁਣ ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਛਕ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਵੈਸੇ ਆਨੰਦ ਆ ਗਿਆ। That's not an anand. That real anand will come when those drops of amrit will come in your mouth. Har ras amrit ras will come. And Gurbani is filled with these shabads about amrit ras. Amrit ਪੀਵੇ। ਕਿੰਨੀ ਸ਼ਬਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਨ ਹਰ 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 ਰਸ ਨਾਮ ਨਾ ਪਾਇਆ ਤੇ ਭਾਗਹੀਨ ਜਮ ਪਾਸ। ਕਹਿੰਦੇ who have not tasted this amrit ras, har ras, they are bhaghin, they are unfortunate. We have to go to that state. Amrit pive, sada chir jeeve. You become amar. You never die. What about the death? No, Maharaj is not talking about the physical death. Physical death is going to happen. Your mind is going to go where it belongs, to its real house, which is above these 9 doors. ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ 9 ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਪਰ ਹੈ। What are these 9 doors? 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostril, 1 mouth, 2 down below. 9 doors. ਇਹੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ 4 ਪਦਾਰਥਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀਗੀ, ਇਹ 4 ਪਦਾਰਥ ਉੱਪਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ they become something else. ਜਿਹੜੇ 4 ਪਦਾਰਥ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਅਸੀਂ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਆ, but when our mind will go up as in above these 9 doors, above these eyebrows, just a physical, it is sukham, it is all invisible thing, but just for the understanding, above these 9 doors, when the surt will go here, this locations, then you will receive sukh sagar. These are the properties of Naam. Then you will receive Kamdev. Mystically, people think Kamdev is some cow and it can fulfill all our desires. Maharaj says the real Kamdev is that hukam, that Naam. When your mind will go in the 10th door, then you will get it. The other 4 padarths, everybody has it. But these 4 padarths, these 4 boons, these 4 things, you will get only when your mind will go above the 9 doors. 9 darwaje to uppar jayega. Then the third one is Parjat. It is a tree. It's a tree which can fulfill all the desires. Again, part of the Naam. When you get Naam, you get everything. Everything. You will not require the desires of this physical body. Automatically, you will have everything because you are content. What is the problem right now? The biggest problem which we have right now is that our mind is never satisfied. Mind is always looking for happiness. And mind is looking for happiness in worldly things. And when our mind will start going above these 9 doors, mind will know that the real happiness is something else. That's why Maharaj says, Satgur te paye vichara, sun samad sache karbara. That is your real house. This physical house is not real. But that house which you're going to live forever is the real house. And that's where you're going to get all these. The fourth one is Chintamani. Because Maharaj says in Gurbani a lot of times, Nanak Chinta mat karo. Chinta tisi hai. Don't worry. If you are worried, give all your worries to God, to Vaheguru. But we still are always worried. When our Surt will start going in the 10th door, you will receive a boon of Chintamani. You will not worry about the things. Even something will happen, bad or good, mind is in problem, no, you will not be worried. But this is not about reading. This is not about understanding. This is doing the practical. You have to do the practical. Honta kasi ki kar rahe hain? We are just listening. We are just singing. But we are not doing the practical. Once we will do the practical, once our mind will start going up, then only we will receive these 4 boons. Again, Sukh Sagar, Kamden, Parjat, and Chintamani. Now let's do the Ardas in front of Nirankar Vaheguru, the formless Vaheguru. That I don't want anything. I am only looking for Naam. Because these 4 boons you can only get through the Naam. And what is that Ardas? Vintud Horje Mangana. Sir Dukha ke Dukh De Naam Santokhiya Uttare Man ki Pukh. Kehne kuch bhi hor main manganga. Whatever I will ask, it is nothing but a dukh, a pain. I want Sukh, Vaheguruji. Give me the Sukh. The Sukh kithe hai? Sache Naam de vich. And how to reach that Naam? First, by chanting. Going to the first stage which we discussed. Stage 1. Emptying our mind. Aoji, whatever time we have left, I think there are only 5-10 minutes left. Let's practice Saas Gras and Antargat Simran. Step 1 and step 2. We'll try to do both. Let's start with step 1, Saas Gras Simran, and then we'll go to the Antargat Simran. We have to say Vah, listen to our voice. Guru, listen to our voice. Vah, tummy in. Guru, tummy out. Listen to our own voice. अपनी आवाज में उसी आप सुनना है. गाविए, सुनिए, मन रखिए, पाओ. आओ जी. Vah, Guru, 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 Guru, Vah, 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 Guru,